Hi Carlos.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
Good. Yeah, good.
I
I've
haven't
been
seen.
busy.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. I mean,
Yeah,
it has been 2 days, but it's quite a while
yeah,
in our
yeah. Me too.
workplace,
I've
right?
been busy these days.
It's good to hear. I'm
Yeah,
happy to hear that.
yeah.
How was your weekend?
Good. Just spend some time with my family. I don't have many times to spend with my family during weekdays,
Mm-hmm.
so weekends is really a good time to get
Nice.
together.
Did you get to go to the marathon that you were talking about? I know that you really wanted to unwind this weekend, and things have been getting a little bit heavy. So I hope you had a chance to unwind a little bit.
Not really. I decided to skip the marathon because physically I'm very tired uh,
Mm-hmm.
due to a lot of work burdens, and then I decided not to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
What what uh what do you think? Like, what is the work burden that's bothering you?
Well, it's just because it's a quite new area for me because I
Mm-hmm.
joined the team not a very long time, and then still my previous um, assignments from my other teams
Mm-hmm.
still is not ending, so it's kind of like struggling between the two. Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. So do you think I also wanted to kind of take this opportunity
Mhm.
and get your feedback on just the general experience you're having over here in this team and in the company,
Mhm.
because as you know we hired you, you know in kind of this environment where the company was looking for young blood, and definitely we saw that in you, and we think you're a great fit for this team and company,
Thank
and
you.
obviously we're all really happy to have you.
Thank
And
you.
so part of the process, and since I've come into this team and into this company, what I've tried to actively do is to set up a culture where we get constant feedback,
Mhm.
and we're able to identify and give feedback to each other, freely.
Mhm.
And so, as the manager, you can state your expectations from me if you are struggling in some area and if you
Okay.
want something. And as a manager, I would also expect you to take my feedback seriously.
Okay.
So let's start with your feedback for me, and in terms of your general experience, um, and then I will also, because I have something in mind that I want to convey to you as well. So let's start with you. Tell me, what do you think? What is your experience? Do you have any feedback on how I could make things better for you? Go, just
Well,
speak your mind.
well, I would say, although I'm quite busy with all the duties that I have now
Mm-hmm.
with me, but um, I think the real issue that I'm having now is like the the relationship with the team members. So, cause I'm a new member here, well, I feel like all others on the team have spent more time together already. So we kind of like form a group that I cannot really go inside because it's just so often to see them hang out together during dinner, during lunch, and it's sometimes so hard for me to ask, can I join or something, because they seem to be together. They seem to get used to hanging out together and doing things together. Well, I'm quite a new person here, so I don't know. Maybe it's the real thing that has dragged my process, or I don't know. Yeah.
So, maybe this is a good time for me to also put forward what I'm thinking. Is that because what I and many others in the team have observed is that you were really energetic when you came in, but your work has kind of slowed down and your deliverables have slowed down. And if I'm being very honest, the quality that we expect from somebody like you who's so naturally talented is lacking at the moment from your work.
Yeah.
So is this the reason? I want you to evaluate a little bit yourself in this situation and tell me why you think this is happening.
Yeah, well, I have to admit that I really missed some deadlines, and I can see from the past quality of work that this team had before, and I can feel the gap there. But I don't know. I was kind of like struggling in working this team um, because this is still a new team for me. Even if I'm I used to be excellent in other areas, but this is still a kind of new project for me. So there are some kind of help that I need from the teammates when I'm doing the work because I feel like I don't know what has been done in the past very clearly, so I might need them to explain to me when I'm doing my task. But I feel like a bit hard to just ask them because they seem to be in a circle, in a so closed up in the circle that I cannot enter. So
Right about that.
it's kind of like I don't know how to break. I don't know how to enter into their circle, and I don't know how to be friends with them, and I don't know how to like talk openly with them. I feel like an obstacle that hinders me from getting along well with them. So
That's interesting that you mentioned that because ideally, if somebody would say that to me, I would accept that as a good reason. But the reason I find that hard to believe, and I may certainly be wrong, is because you were interviewed by most of those guys, and they really liked you, and they really wanted you to be a part of this team. And ever since I've come here, we've all unanimously decided that we definitely need, to be a team. We need to be strong and we need to be in unison with our objectives, right? And everybody has to like each other, which is an important, qualification if you want to work together. So because all of them interviewed you, and I know for a fact that they really like you, and you did as well, and you were able to gel well with each other's personalities during the interview process. So I want you to think about, or tell me, a few other reasons or potential reasons why it might be harder for you to speak to them now. What has changed? Has anything changed in the recent past? Because if this were the reason, you probably wouldn't have gotten hired in the first place. The fact that you did means that it's not actually this. You know what I'm saying? So think about, has anything changed for you in the recent past? Has anything hindered your ability or your willingness to do this, or interact with them or work with these guys? Uh, Anything for that matter. Like, think about it. I want you to dig deep over here.
well, I think I think yeah, during the interview, the feeling of interaction with them is kind of different from the real work, because you know we didn't talk so much about the project, but we basically tell something about our characteristics and personalities, like very casual talk. But when it gets to business, when I see okay, all of them are working so well with each other, and it's kind of like their habit of working together. But I'm kind of like new here, and then it's kind of like strange for me to see them as a group while I feel like isolated from their group. So I'm I kind of like want a kind of kind of a get together lunch or dinner before I really start to do the tasks. So it's really like a formal introduction of me to the team. So I think it may be helpful if we can start it like earlier, like at the beginning of the task. So we can talk about the business thing, the project thing during the lunch. So it's kind of a transition from the casual talking to the real business one. So we can, it if that dinner happened, it really can help me to, to work with them in the later time or something.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay, definitely. If you think that's what it's going to take to, kickstart or spark this process, then, definitely we'll do anything we can to accommodate that. And I
Yes.
think from my side, what I feel you should also be doing is that because you guys were able to share your characteristics during the interview process, it's clear that you obviously have the ability to work with each other. But the fact that it's not happening is because, as you mentioned, and this is what I feel the problem is that there's not communication from either side in terms of the work aspect of it. And once there is communication, once you
Yes.
know what to do, you guys can
Right.
do it well.
Right.
So use this lunch as like the first stepping stone,
Like a transition.
a transition
Yeah.
phase, to learn how to communicate more effectively with them and tell them what you're thinking about,
Yeah. About
and
the
vice
project.
versa.
Yeah.
and you can expect the same thing from them. You can expect them to communicate clearly what they want from you, but initiative, the ball is in your court. So initiative has to be taken from your end as well, and more so from your end because you're a more junior person, and we expect to see that in somebody who's just come into the team. Okay.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
don't worry about it.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.